Okay, I'm going to talk about margin of error and then what you can get from it, the 95% confidence interval. Okay, so to find margin of error, this is the formula that's normally shown, plus or minus 1 divided by the square root of your sample size. In the example, n would be 3085. I'll talk about this example momentarily. Okay, so what you do is normally I could also teach it like this way. So positive or negative, 1 divided by the square root of your sample size. Always convert your decimal to a percent. Okay? And then when you're done, include a plus minus in front. Now the 95% confidence interval. To find the low boundary, you take the estimate and subtract the margin of error. To find the high boundary, you take the estimate plus the margin of error. Okay? So I'm going to show an example of this. A survey of 3,085 adults found that 74% favor issue X. Find the margin of error, and B, find a 95% confidence interval. Do. A. N is 3,085. So the margin of error would be plus or minus 1 divided by the square root of 3,085. Okay? So I'm going to take my calculator. So I'm going to take my calculator, the square root of 3,085, my calculator spit out this decimal right here, which I'm trying to tilt into the light in a way that you can actually see it. Although your calculator should be showing you the same thing. So I'm going to give up and copy. 55.54277,631. I'm going to show every digit that I see. 54277,631. Next, I'll type in 1 divided by that number, 55.54277,631. So I have plus or minus 0.01800,414, and that's enough for this stage. So move this decimal point over. It's plus or minus 1.8%. That is my margin of error. B, the estimate from the sample is 74%. Okay, so the low boundary for my confidence interval would be 74% minus 1.8%. And the high side would be the 74% plus the margin of error. Okay? So, 74 minus 1.8 is 72.2%. And 74% plus 1.8% is 75.8%. So that is a 95% confidence interval, okay, under the circumstances. Okay, I'm going to put a similar example up here on the board next. Okay, so now I've got another one. A survey of 496 adults found that 35% use fictitious item ZARPs. Okay, what's a ZARP? A problem I made up for this problem. A word I made up for this problem. So, first of all, we're going to find the margin of error. Do. A. N is 496. That's how many people were involved in this. So it's going to be 1 So plus or minus 1 divided by the square root of 496. So I'm going to take my calculator. The square root of 496 is you hopefully can see that if you pause it. Your calculator should hopefully be showing you something similar. 1 divided by 22.27105,745. So 1 divided by 22.27105,745. That gives me 0.0449013, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really going to worry about it because I'm going to convert this to a decimal and round somewhere good. So how about 4.49%? Or, I don't know, how about 4.5%? All right, so 4.5% or 4.49%, I'll do 4.5%. Okay, it doesn't, I didn't give myself any explicit rounding directions. Okay, so B. Okay, I'm working on a 95% confidence interval. So the low is going to be the 35% minus 4.5%. So your estimate minus the margin of error, and your high value will be your estimate, 35%, plus your margin of error. So 35 minus 4.5 is 30.5%. 35% plus 4.5% is 39.5%. Okay, I'm done.